Hey guys, what's going on? I thought I'd make this quick video to address a really good question that was posted in the comment section of the last video. And basically the question specifically was asking about how did you know to switch from AMZN Puts into AMZN Calls? In other words, Leah, what exactly were you looking at in order to make that decision to switch from bear to bull? And in this particular case, I'm going to show you, I'm going to give you specifics of how you could have identified that by simply paying close attention to the chart. Here's the situation. AMZN makes a gap up higher on April the 8th, but then it struggles with this level of about 33.20. Notice how many times, it gets to this level, and then we get a solid red candle, a sell-off back to the 3,300 level. So the 3,300 level is sort of your criteria for staying bullish here in this trade. But noticing that this 33.20 level is just, AMZN is having such a difficult time, and it's creating a lot of these bear reversal candles right here, guys, at this level. We made a decision to actually load up on AMZN Puts. Now, oftentimes, you could expect a move at least that's going to cover the prior gap up that was created. And so as you can see, the next morning, AMZN opens and it shoots almost to 32.80. And in this particular case, you see this black candle that's formed that pretty much goes to and closes this gap. So if we were to draw a line, so basically, if you connect this candle with this candle right here, guys, okay, this is your situation where the prior gap up higher, it was closed. So oftentimes, this could be your first support level, okay? Now, you don't always want to necessarily panic, because sometimes when the gap is closed, there could be, if you see some substantial volume coming in on your 1 day, 1 minute chart, there could be a strong follow through, and it could like hit the next level, create an overall move 11 in this case, all the way back down to 32.10. So this could have been a super magnificent trade on the put side. However, what happened in this case, it bounces 33.18, 33.20 level, because right against that level, notice how all of a sudden it runs into resistance here now at this 33.20 level. And sometimes it'll drop, it'll retest, and then it'll drop again, but the second time around it's going to have a much stronger drop. But notice the reason you'd still not necessarily want to bail out on your puts, or the ideal situation, what you do is when you try to risk manage your trade, when the stock drops, you want to sell some of it and lock some kind of gains. And that way, if something bounces, you can add it back on, or you can reshape your trade depending on what type of move is actually evolving. So in this particular case, when you see this bear reversal candles, they are bearish, okay? But at the same time, you cannot miss other signs on this chart. And so in this particular case, look, right when it makes this move, at the same time, it's moving lower. Look what's actually happening here on the MACD. MACD is actually making a bullish cross higher. So this would be your giveaway that even though we're forming these bear reversal candles, okay, this was the time to actually start closing out your position and reshape it into a bullish trade, because at the same time, we're getting this mighty sign right here that the reversal was going to be to the upside. And if you missed this cross right here, for whatever reason, if you were not paying close attention to it, what you would have seen is when you get a breakout on this candle right here, guys, let me try to switch that so I can draw an arrow for you. So when we finally break above this 33.20, right, on this candle, on the second candle is a confirmation that we are indeed breaking out. So you could still easily gotten into this trade right here and pretty much had a nice smooth ride all the way to 33.72. And in this particular case, 32.22 to 33.72 on weekly options on a Friday, guys. That's a nice move. Depending on the strike you would be getting in, you could have had substantial returns here. Now, you could see the strong volume right into the close. And so that kind of communicates to you that there is a chance the stock will move higher. But you basically want to look at some other time frames on this chart. All right, you got to be careful even though it's got these nice getaway. In other words, we could have made the cross here, but now we're in a condition where the blue line is touching the orange line, but it's really wanting to bounce. And right now I'm using the 50 and the 200. We're going to glance at the 13 and 55 in just a second. But basically it could run up to the level of 34.50. And so that would be your next level to pay close attention to, because it's got a lot of resistance in this area, right about, 3,400. And honestly, we should have hit 3,400 on Friday on this thing, but apparently it's going to happen Monday most likely. And then watch that if you see a continuation pattern on stronger volume. As you can see, the volume for the first time on this Amazon chart, as far as the gray bars, it's starting to increase. So this is a positive bullish development. Okay, a stock that's been dormant, basically asleep all this time for the last 6 to 8 months, trading in the same range between 2,900 and 3,450. It's getting to that level, and at some point those levels will be finally broken. So far, based off the history of Amazon, every time it gets to this level, it's a great shorting opportunity. But it also could be a finally we can also see a breakout in Amazon, because for quite some time it's been trending in a certain range. So watch out this level in Amazon, 3,400, 3,450. Watch the volume characteristics. Watch some of the other things that we talk about in the charts divergence course, such as MACD, your accumulation, distribution, divergence. As you can see, just looking at this chart, there's enough momentum build up here where your RSI could actually break out to a much higher level, such as 80 or 90, which could coincide with a breakout in the Amazon stock finally clearing that level above 34.50. Now, it's never been above that level, so once it does make that move, this is the easiest trade you could be taking, because Amazon has staged so many failed breakouts. Honestly, guys, it's due for a nice breakout higher. Once it clears this 34.50, guys, the sky is the limit on this thing. So you want to stay and watch these levels right here on Amazon. And again, depending on what is actually happening, such as volume characteristics, some of the other indicators that are quite simple to follow. Another factor to consider in bullishness in Amazon is the fact of the seasonality. And if you were to study pretty much all the years from 2012 all the way through now, it actually has a high consistency of moving higher on the 4th month going into 5th and 6th months. 4th month being the month of April, May, June. Generally speaking, in 80+% of cases, they're highly bullish months for Amazon. So you basically take a look at this chart and you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these gray bars right here, okay, they coincide with this move in Amazon here. If you do the same thing here and you go in 2017, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, your month 4, 5, and 6 represented right here. If you take a look at 2018, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, okay, these are basically from here to here, they're bullish months. And you can pretty much do this for every year. Your 4th, 5th, and 6th months in Amazon. And yet again, probably the biggest move in Amazon took place again last year. Of course, the entire market, after setting the bottom, started moving higher. But Amazon really outperformed everything else throughout that time frame, or not everything else, but pretty much everything else out there. Look at that beautiful move, which coincides with the month of April, going into the months of May, June, July, and so on. I mean, this is your basic moves in Amazon last year in 2020. So notice where it starts. So you got February, March, and then your April, May, June, July. I mean, it's a straight shot. I mean, this is basically where the stock doubles from 1,600 here all the way up to this level where we at right now. And so since then, it really hasn't done anything. So we could be going into the next phase that could be similar to this based off the historical levels, based off some other things I'm about to show you here on the next time frame. Okay, so what we're looking at now is 13 and 55. If you go back and change these settings right here, simple moving average to 13 and 55, you're going to be looking at a chart that should look just like this, and it is on a daily time frame. Now, you want to look at different time frames to make sure that you get same type of signals on multiple time frame charts. So at this point, when we're getting here to the black candle, it really could have gone either way, because I mean, here's your resistance level right here in the stock, and at this point it did clear this level. So this is where things could have turned quite ugly, and we could have got a reversal going close back to the 3200. But the stock acted quite well on Friday, and so we actually did clear this level of 320. On again, we're seeing, you know, the same characteristics as far as the volume and everything. But the most important part here is this situation right here, right? I mean, this is the most important thing that we're seeing that could be pointing to a huge move higher in Amazon. And so we're about to cross on 13 and 55 lines and make a bullish crossover. Just like a lot of times we're talking about these def hooks, this would be the equivalent of the opposite type of formation as in here, for example, where the blue line starts turning this way towards the orange line, and then that sort of tells you that they're about to cross. Right here, they do cross. So this tells us this is a positive bullish hook that actually causes the blue line to cross the orange line on the way higher. So that is a characteristic of a potential breakout. Now, not all breakouts are going to materialize in a substantial breakout, but considering this is the level that Amazon has struggled with for so long, we can actually see quite a strong move here. So if I switch this back to, let's take a look at the weekly chart at this point. Okay, so look at this situation, right? So, I mean, we're very close to test the upper trading tunnel of this range. And the question is, can this time it actually, instead of making all these failed breakouts in the past, where it looks like we're heading higher, but we failed and we moved lower, all these great shorting opportunities that we have described to you guys, especially if you're a paying member, guys make thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars on shorting Amazon on these occasions. But now we have a situation where it could be time to actually take the opposite side of the equation on Amazon, and look at how consistent of a reading we're getting as far as MACD on pretty much everywhere, right? So now we've taken a look at a 15-minute chart, a daily chart, a weekly chart, and all the characteristics of a MACD crossover, bullish crossover. Okay, they are there on multiple time frame charts. So that's what you want to identify when you're looking at a higher probability trade. And you definitely want to make sure the trade is going to work out for you. So strong consolidation area for Amazon between levels again of 2881 and 3400. So it's been here, pretty much, Jesus, almost a year, right? Since last July. And so it's time. It's time, I think, for Amazon to actually break above that level. We're definitely seeing a lot of signs that point to the fact it could definitely move higher. But if it stalls out, hey, don't be surprised that we could reverse. So very interesting trade could be developing here on Amazon. It really will pay, guys, to pay close attention to what's actually developing in the shares of Amazon next week, because this could be a huge move. I mean, if we do clear this level on Amazon, guys, above 3450, I mean, this thing could be moving higher. Freaking, I mean, could we see Amazon at 3800? Sure. That's not going to be a big deal, because it's been stuck here in this trading range for so long. Once it breaks out, I mean, it could be a huge, huge move higher. And I'm not saying like it's going to move $400 higher in one day, but over the course, let's say, of 10 days, we could see Amazon moving to the moon. Another way to look at this is, this highly bullish pattern known as a cup with a handle, guys. So here's your cup, here's your handle, and generally speaking, in majority of the cases, you could expect a huge run higher from here. So be ready. Amazon could be a super bullish trade, guys. We certainly have a lot of things pointing to that. You could really nail this trade. This could be super easy trade that anybody can take. If you have any questions about this trade, feel free to schedule a 20-minute coaching call, guys. If you want me to do more videos like this, let me know. If you hate this video, make sure you dislike it so I would never make another one like this. And actually, you know, I mean, I'd rather be making videos about some other stuff. But if it's helpful, then I will make some videos like this. So, guys, just let me know. Give me some feedback in the comments. And let's roll. Enjoy your weekend. Don't forget the next video. We have a trader who took 8K to 150K. We took an interview, so enjoy it. It's coming up here in the next 24, 48 hours. Earnings season next week. Don't miss out on some killer trades. Schedule your call today. 20-minute free coaching call. Get it done this weekend.